Diamondbacks trade talks at winter meetings include Zack Greinke, Lake Buena Vista, Florida. The Diamondbacks remained relatively quiet on Tuesday at the winter meetings, but the sort of moves they might be considering began to come into focus at the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin Resort. General Manager Mike Hazen confirmed his club has been receiving inquiries from rival clubs about his starting pitchers and middle infielders, and at least one of those inquiries involved Zack Greinke. As first reported by MLB.com, the Texas Rangers reached out to the Diamondbacks about their starting pitching availability, and, a source confirmed, the side spoke specifically about Greinke. Greinke, who turned 34 in October, is coming off a strong second season with the Diamondbacks in which he posted a 3.20 ERA in 202 1/3 innings. Several hurdles exist before a deal of that magnitude might be made, most notably the financials. Greinke is 2 years into a $206.5 million deal and is still owed $126.5 million. According to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, the Rangers would need outfielder Shin-Soo Choo to be included in the deal to help offset Greinke's contract. Choo is guaranteed $62 million over the next 3 years. Moreover, parting ways with Greinke would be tricky for the Diamondbacks. He was a key part of the club that won 93 games and advanced to the division series this year, and losing him would take a toll on the club's chances for 2018. However, it would also free up significant financial flexibility that the Diamondbacks could use in other ways. According to sources, Greinke's 15-team no-trade list does not include the Rangers. Greinke isn't the only starting pitcher the Diamondbacks are listening to offers on. A report by USA Today's Bob Nightingale listed left-hander Patrick Corbin as a potential trade target for the New York Yankees. Unlike Greinke, Corbin's name in the rumor mill comes as little surprise. He has just 1 year remaining before free agency and is expected to earn more than $8 million in arbitration. Hazen said the interest the Diamondbacks have received in their starters isn't surprising given the variety of contractual situations on the staff. But he said if the Diamondbacks were willing to move a starter, they would first have to feel confident in their ability to quickly find a replacement. We would want to have some other ideas, he said. I don't necessarily think we would have to have something firm, but we would spend a lot more time to make sure that starting pitching group was where we wanted it to be. Still, he didn't sound entirely sold on the notion of moving a starter, even if it meant shoring up other areas of the organization. That one's a little tougher for us to navigate, at least from a philosophical standpoint, Hazen said. You never feel like you have enough, and then you deal away from it and you go back in search of it. It's a trickier path to try to navigate. Hazen spoke to reporters prior to when the news of the Greinke discussions was first reported. Sources said the Diamondbacks have indicated a willingness to listen on any of their middle infielders with the exception of Ketel Marte. The name that seemed to come up the most in lobby scuttlebutt, Brandon Drury. Drury is affordable, with a year to go before arbitration, and comes with 4 seasons of club control, meaning the Diamondbacks would, in theory, be able to receive a strong return for him if they chose to deal him. Another report by MLB.com listed the Diamondbacks among the many suitors for Marlins outfielder Christian Yelich. How serious their interest is remains unclear, but Yelich is considered one of the game's better young outfielders, and he's signed to an affordable, long-term deal that runs through 2021 with a team option for 2022. Meanwhile, the club continues to remain engaged in the free agent relief market, though agents for several relievers say they still don't get the impression the Diamondbacks are looking to move quickly. Hazen said the club has a pretty wide group of potential free agent relief targets. Among those the Diamondbacks are said to be interested in are right-handers Swan Oh, Brandon Kinsler and Jared Hughes. The club's interest in Oh was first reported by FanRag Sports. Free agent slugger J.D. Martinez was expected to arrive at the meetings on Tuesday and meet with clubs, including the Giants and Red Sox, according to reports. It was unclear if the Diamondbacks would sit down with him. Hazen would not comment. Related, looking at possible D-backs trade candidates this offseason more, Diamondbacks quiet as roster questions loom over winter meetings related. Diamondbacks lineup upgrades at baseball's winter meetings. Reach Picro at 602-444-8680 or nick.picro@arizonapublic.com. Follow him on Twitter at nickpicro.